Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marist College. You've certainly received the Marist College welcome. This is definitely how we do it here. We're very energetic. I got a chance to talk to some folks last night, and I prepared you for the energy that you'd be facing today. I hope it's not too much. My name's Alvin Patrick. I graduated from Marist in 1986, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees, and in my day job, I'm a senior producer at CBS News. But let me first start by congratulating every student who is here. You are in a select group. And secondly, let me also congratulate all of the parents and family members who are here, because you are the reason that your kids are in this select group. Now, when I say select, I don't mean you were special because you got good grades in high school, which I'm sure you did, or because you got good SAT or ACT scores, which I'm sure you did, or even because you participated in some great extracurricular activities. I'm sure you did. You are in a select group because there is one thing that Marist College admissions, led by Sean Kaler and Kent Reinhardt, do very well. Here at Marist, we identify good people who come from good families, and we welcome them into our family, the Marist family. Now, the magic of picking great people to attend Marist is a tradition, and it goes back several decades to before I was fortunate to be here. I remember my first day at Marist almost 37 years ago. I was on the third floor of Champagne Hall. My family was moving me into room 311. I was a confident kid from Brooklyn. I remember meeting my roommate, Doug, a shy kid from New Jersey who was sporting a cast on his broken foot and wearing a hat that covered his long hair. We both laughed as our mothers competed to see who could clean our rooms better. Then I heard a basketball bouncing down the hall, and I followed the sound into a room. And I met these two 6'3" giants with matching Dutch boy haircuts. And their names were Ken and Tom, and they hailed from Vermont. I had never met anyone from Vermont. And I was pretty sure they had never met a black kid from Brooklyn either. Now, for the next 4 years, Doug, Ken, Tom, and I roomed together. We bonded over our love of sports, especially basketball. We shared our music. I taught them about Run DMC and hip hop. They introduced me to the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Elvis Costello, John Cougar Mellencamp. It was the 80s. We would graduate together and walk in each other's weddings. We would have children who would refer to each of us as uncle. By the way, just a side note, Ken and Tom met their future wives, Krista and Paula, in a setting very much like this at freshman orientation. So keep an eye out, you never know. These are the big life things that you will gain by joining the Marist family, relationships that last a lifetime. My time at Marist was really about exploration. I hosted my own show on the radio station. I was a leader in the Black Student Union. I wrote editorials for the newspaper, The Circle. I organized anti-apartheid marches as a member of the Progressive Coalition. And in between all of that, I completed 3 internships in radio and television. I graduated from Marist with a degree in communications, and I was accepted into an exclusive Master of Fine Arts program at Brooklyn College that only took 12 students a year. But before I left Marist, I contacted a member of the Board of Trustees, a man named Brendan Burke. Brendan was a member of the class of 1968, and at the time, he was the head of personnel for all of ABC Television Network. I am sure he was taken aback by the call because he had no idea who this kid was. But he graciously took my call and invited me to come meet with him at his office in Manhattan. We established a relationship that I cultivated over the course of my 2-year graduate program. And a few months after I received my graduate degree, Brendan called me with the opportunity of a lifetime. He asked me to apply for an assistant producer job at ABC Sports, the home of Monday Night Football and wide world of sports. I applied and I got the job, and that first opportunity would lead to what is now a 30-year career in sports, news, and entertainment. At ABC, I produced stories for Good Morning America with Charlie Gibson, and at World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. At HBO Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, I worked with the great Frank DeFord. As an executive producer and vice president at MTV, I ran the channel's Sports and Specials department and co-founded its college network, MTVU. At ESPN, I ran a show called Cold Pizza that later became the sports debate show First Take. And today, at CBS, I work exclusively with James Brown, producing stories across all CBS News shows and platforms. I've had a front row seat to history, covering presidential elections, inaugurations, Super Bowls, Olympics. I've traveled all over the country and the world to over 49 states and 35 countries. I saw the rugged beauty of Iceland, felt the tension in communist Cuba, and witnessed the Muslim-dominated culture of Pakistan. Along the way, I've won quite a few prestigious awards, and I'm proud of them. I've met people from all walks of life, some famous, some not, and I'm thankful for the ability to tell important stories to millions of people. But I'm most proud of the Distinguished Alumni Medal that Marist bestowed on me in 2015. Because for me, there's no greater honor than being recognized by the institution where it all started. Right here in Poughkeepsie, on the banks of the Hudson River, here at Marist College. There are a lot of reasons to come to Marist. A beautiful campus, check. International campuses in Florence, Italy, and Dublin, Ireland, we've got those. A chance to work on the Marist poll, the oldest college poll in America, you can do that. A new medical school coming in 2 years, that is happening. But the best reason to come to Marist is the people, and I'm sure you felt it, and the family that you will join. I'm going to close with one last story that shows the interconnectedness of the Marist family. In February, I was in Atlanta covering Super Bowl 53 for CBS News. I was there for 1 week. On the first day, I had dinner with Ian O'Connor, one of the best sports writers in America, and author of a recent book on Bill Belichick. Ian and I graduated from Marist together in 1986. The next day, I met with Brandon Tierney, the national syndicated sports radio host of Tiki and Turney on CBS Radio Network. Brandon graduated from Marist in 1996. Then the Friday before the game, I had lunch with Jerome Pickett. Jerome is the executive vice president and chief security officer of the NBA. He's a 1998 alum, and we serve on the Marist Board of Trustees together. After the Super Bowl, I checked the Marist alumni Facebook page and saw that 2001 alum Sean Stellato was celebrating in Atlanta as well. Sean is a sports agent and represented 5 members of the champion New England Patriots. So this is 1 week, just one example of the growing network of the Marist family. We are a young university, but we are quickly making a difference in the world. I know that each and every one of you will make your mark too, and in the process, make our family even stronger. Thank you, and again, welcome to Marist.